Hello, and in this video we're going to look at how to use the SGplot procedure in SAS to create bar charts that are actually useful. So we're going to use a data frame called D, an object called D, which has got several variables in it. So to look at it, we're going to run proc print. We're going to pass in data equals A. I said D, but it's actually A. Sorry. This is just looking at the data we're going to use as the basis for our demo. So we see we've got two just categorical variables and one continuous variable. For this video, we're going to ignore the row column and just plot a bar graph with the means. One for happy and one for dull. So to do that, we're going to go back to our code and we're going to, like all procedures, SGplot just starts off with proc and then SGplot. We're going to tell it where the data is stored by saying data equals A. The most important part is this next statement, where SGplot can create lots of kinds of graphs, as we'll see in future videos. But we want to create a vertical bar chart, so we're going to say vbar, and then what it's going to want next is the name of the variable we're using to group our people, so or what we want bars for. So in this case, we're just going to say message because we want separate bars for our happy and dull messages. We're going to put a slash because we're going to tell it we want to use extra options, and we're going to say the variable we want to graph their scores on is the PA, or positive affect variable. That's going to give us a simple graph that's just those two groups with the sum of their scores as the well, it's graphing, but probably don't want that. We probably want the means in most cases. This is what I'm saying about a graph that's actually useful. So to get the mean, we're going to say stat equals mean. We probably also want error bars of some sort. So to get error bars, we use the limit stat option. And we can either get a confidence interval of the mean, standard error, or standard deviation. I'm going to get confidence interval of the mean because I think they're useful. So we're going to say CLM, and again that's going to give us a chart, but we probably want to use the limit stat to get our error bars. We need to tell it what type of error bars we want, because we probably want both, but in some cases you might want just the top of the error bars, particularly if you're doing the standard deviation and it's a large standard deviation. So to specify that, we're going to say limit, and in our case we're going to say both. Part of what this procedure is going to do is put an awkward border around each of the bars. So we're going to say no outline, just because that's a little redundant. We're also going to say no stat label. That's going to say in the legend where our variables are labelled, it's not going to put brackets mean after it, because we're going to be specifying the mean in a minute on the axis label, so we don't need somewhere else to tell us it's the mean. We're also going to give it a title, so we're going to say title is, and then we're just going to specify it in quotes. So I'm just going to say title for this example, but obviously you want to give it a descriptive title. The important bit now is we're going to specify our axis labels, because at the minute it's just going to use the these shortened variable names for the axes, but they don't really tell us much like what the graph is. So we're going to say label we want for our x. So we need to put a semicolon here. Label we want for our x-axis. For our x-axis, the label is going to be equal to message type. And for the y-axis, forget my semicolons again. Y-axis, our label is going to be mean positive effect. Another semicolon. If we hit run on that, we get our graph with, say, the title we set, the axis labels we set, our values and our error bar. So that was how to create a simple bar chart in SAS. Sometimes it's not always the easiest, but with the SG plot procedure, makes it a lot easier than it's been in the past. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.